Okay, so picture this. You're sitting on your grandpa's porch on the most boring Saturday of your entire life, and a truck pulls up next door. Two guys jump out and unload this massive rainbow bounce house. They set it up, plug it in, and drive away. And your grandpa looks at you and goes, I wonder how much they paid for that. So you Google it, $350 for one day. And you're sitting there like, wait, what? Then your grandpa grabs a napkin out of his pocket and starts doing math. He's like, if we buy one for $3,000 and rent it for $350, we break even after 9 rentals. Everything after that, pure profit. You think he's joking, but 2 weeks later, he texts you a picture, a bounce house, in his garage. No warning. And the text says, you handle marketing, I handle delivery. Let's see if your math works. That one porch conversation turned into 8 bounce houses, thousands of dollars a month, and a full-blown rental empire, all from napkin math and one grandpa who actually believed the numbers. Today's guest is Kenzie Murphy, and she's about to teach you how to buy something once and get paid for it forever. This is Tallie Talks. Grab a napkin. You're gonna need it.
She's got a mind, she's got a spark, lighting up dreams from dawn to dark. Tallie Talks, yeah, she's the voice, asking the questions, making the choice. Young hustlers rising, stories to tell, big ideas where passions dwell. Pull up a chair, grab your seat, let's talk the hustle, let's feel the beat. Tallie Talks, yeah, Tallie Talks, turning whispers into walks, dreaming big, take the shot. This is the place where dreams get called. Tallie Talks, oh, Tallie Talks, Tallie Talks. Ooh, yeah.
What's up, moneymakers? Welcome back to Tallie Talks, where we prove that the best business ideas don't come from Harvard. They come from your porch. I'm your host, Tallie Pennyworth, and today we've got a guest who literally watched her neighbor's birthday party and thought, I could make money off this. Y'all, meet Kenzie Murphy, founder and CEO of Murphy Rentals. She's got 8 bounce houses, a calculator that never sleeps, and a grandpa who might be the best business partner in history. Kenzie, welcome to the show.
Yo, thanks for having me. I'm so pumped to be here.
Okay, so I need to hear this origin story because it's one of my favorites. You're sitting on your grandpa's porch on a random Saturday. What happened?
Dude, it was the most boring day ever. Like nothing to do, scrolling my phone for the 5th time boring. And me and Grandpa are just sitting there, and we see this huge truck pull up to the neighbor's house.
What kind of truck?
Like a delivery truck. And these guys hop out and start unloading this massive rainbow bounce house. It was beautiful, like unicorns and stars and everything. They set the whole thing up, plugged it in, and then just left.
Okay, so you're watching this whole operation go down. When did the business brain kick in?
Grandpa looks at me and goes, I wonder how much they paid for that. And I'm like, let's find out. So we Googled it right there on the porch.
I love that you just immediately started researching. What did you find?
$350 for one day. I literally gasped. Like, someone just paid $350 to rent a bounce house for 8 hours.
Wait, let me process this. $350 for one day? That's more than most kids make in a month.
Right? And Grandpa's sitting there and I can see the wheels turning. He's like, okay, so how much does it cost to buy one of those things?
Oh no, I know where this is going.
So we looked it up. $3,000 for a decent bounce house. And then Grandpa, this is peak Grandpa energy, he grabs a napkin out of his pocket and starts doing math.
A napkin? That's the most grandpa move I've ever heard.
I'm telling you, he's writing numbers, circling things, doing division. And he's like, if we charge $350 per rental and it costs us $3,000 to buy, we need to rent it 9 times to break even. After that, it's pure profit.
9 times, that's it. That's the magic number.
Exactly. And we're sitting there looking at this napkin like, wait, this actually makes sense. Like if we can rent this thing 9 times, we get all our money back. And then rent number 10, that's profit. Rent number 20, more profit. It just keeps going.
Okay, but you're doing this math on a napkin on a porch. Did you actually think he was gonna do it?
Honestly, no. I thought we were just talking, like, oh, that would be cool, you know? But then like 2 weeks later, Grandpa texts me a picture.
What was the picture?
A bounce house in his garage. He just bought one. No warning, no hey, should we do this? He just went for it.
Your grandpa just dropped $3,000 on a bounce house without telling you?
Yes. And he sends me this text that says, you're in charge of marketing. I'm in charge of delivery. Let's see if your math works.
Oh my gosh, I love him. So now you've got a bounce house in Grandpa's garage. What did you do? All right, moneymakers, quick break, but don't go anywhere because we're about to get into the good stuff. Real quick, if you're loving this episode, do me a favor. Take 2 seconds and share it with a friend who's always talking about making money. Send them the link, post it on your story, whatever. Because the more kids who hear this, the more kids who start building. And if you haven't already, hit that follow button so you don't miss next week's episode. Trust me, the guest we've got coming up is insane. Also, we want to hear your story. If you've started a business, or you're thinking about it, or you've got questions, DM us on Instagram at Tallie Talks Podcast. Who knows? Maybe you'll be my next guest. All right, enough from me. Let's get back to the episode. Oh my gosh, I love him. So now you've got a bounce house in Grandpa's garage. What did you do?
I panicked for like 5 minutes. And then I was like, okay, we gotta make this work. So I made an Instagram account at Murphy Rentals, posted some pictures, made flyers, and started telling everyone at school.
What did the flyer say?
Super simple. Birthday party coming up? Rent our bounce house. $350 per day. Free setup and takedown. Text or DM to book. And I put them up at the grocery store, the library, the community center.
Okay, so you're out here grinding. How long did it take to get your first customer?
3 days.
What? 3 days?
I know. Some mom saw my flyer at the grocery store and texted me. Her kid's birthday was in 2 weeks and she'd been stressing about entertainment. I was like, we got you.
Okay, so you booked the first rental. How did it feel delivering that first one?
Honestly, terrifying. Me and Grandpa showed up with this massive bounce house in his truck, and I'm thinking, what if we can't set it up? What if it breaks? What if the kids hate it?
But it went fine, right?
It went great. We set it up in like 20 minutes. The kids loved it. And at the end of the day, the mom handed us $350 in cash. I'm standing there holding this money, and I'm like, this is real. We actually did it.
1 down. 8 to go until you're profitable.
Exactly. And that became the mentality. Every rental I'd be like, okay, that's 2 down. 7 more to break even. It was like a game.
How long did it take to hit 9 rentals?
About 2 months. We did birthday parties mostly. Weekends were booked solid. And once we hit that 9th rental, Grandpa and I literally high-fived in the driveway. We were like, we made our money back. Everything from here is profit.
That must have felt incredible.
Dude, it was the best feeling. And then we kept going. Rental 10, 11, 12. Every single one was money in our pocket. No more overhead, just income.
Okay, so you've proven the model works. When did you decide to buy the second bounce house?
Like 3 weeks later, we had made enough profit from the first one that we could afford it. And Grandpa was like, if 1 bounce house makes us money, 2 bounce houses make us twice the money.
All right, moneymakers. This is the part you've been waiting for. We just heard an incredible story, right? But here's the thing. That story doesn't help you unless you can actually use it. So right now, my guest and I are going to brainstorm business ideas that you can start. We're talking specific, actionable, I could literally do this tomorrow type ideas. No fluff, no theory, just real businesses you can build. Grab a notebook, open your notes app, whatever. You're going to want to write these down. Because by the end of this section, you're going to have at least 3 business ideas you could start this weekend. Let's brainstorm. Perfect. So it's not just rent random stuff. You need to pick the right stuff. Let's brainstorm some ideas. What's the first one?
Wedding decor. Think arches, signs, backdrops, centerpieces, those big light-up letters that spell out love. People throw weddings all the time, and they do not want to buy decorations they'll only use once.
Okay, I love this. What's the math on wedding decor?
Let's say you spend $500 to build a really nice wooden arch with flowers. You rent it out for $150 per wedding. You break even after 4 weddings. After that, it's pure profit. And you can rent that same arch every single weekend during wedding season.
And weddings happen year-round. That's consistent demand. What's another one?
Lawn aerators. I know it sounds boring, but hear me out.
Okay, I'm listening.
People aerate their lawns like once or twice a year to keep the grass healthy. But those machines cost like $400 to buy. Nobody wants to spend $400 on something they'll use twice. So they rent one instead for like $50 a day.
Wait, so you buy it for $400, rent it out 8 times at $50, and you're profitable?
Exactly. And after that, it's just money. Plus, the machine lasts for years. My neighbor actually does this, and he makes like $2,000 a year just renting out his aerator.
That's crazy. Okay, what about something people can see themselves doing? Like more hands-on?
Power washers. Every house needs their driveway, deck, or siding power washed at some point. But power washers cost like $300 to $500, and most people don't want to buy one for a one-time job.
So you buy one and rent it out?
Yep. Charge $75 to $100 a day. You break even after 5 or 6 rentals, and then it's pure profit. Plus, you can offer to do the power washing for them and charge even more.
Ooh, so you're not just renting the equipment, you're offering the service. I like that. What else?
Projectors and outdoor movie screens. Backyard movie nights are huge right now. But a good projector and screen costs like $600 total. Most people don't want to spend that for one night.
So you rent the whole setup?
Exactly. Charge $150 for the night. You're profitable after 4 rentals. And people rent these for birthday parties, family reunions, date nights. There's tons of demand.
I'm obsessed with this. What's one more?
Carpet cleaners. Okay, this one is genius. People spill stuff on their carpets all the time. Wine, juice, pet accidents. But carpet cleaning machines cost like $400 to buy, and they only need it once or twice a year.
So they'd rather just rent one for the day?
Exactly. You can charge $60 to $80 per day. You break even after 5 or 6 rentals. And here's the best part. You can also offer to do the cleaning for them and charge even more, like $150 to come clean their whole house.
Ooh, so it's the equipment rental or the service. That's 2 income streams from one machine. Okay, so we've got wedding decor, aerators, power washers, projectors, and party supplies. All of these follow the same model. Buy once, rent forever. Kenzie, what's the #1 mistake you see people make when they're thinking about starting a rental business?
They don't do the math first. They just buy something and hope it works out. That's gambling, not business.
So you just kept reinvesting?
Yep. We bought the second one, and it paid for itself even faster because now we had 2 bounce houses working at the same time. We could do 2 parties in one day, then we bought a third, then a fourth.
And now you have 8?
8. And honestly, we could buy more, but storage is becoming an issue. We've got bounce houses in Grandpa's garage, his shed, and we're renting a small storage unit now.
Okay, that's a good problem to have, though. You're literally running out of space because you're making too much money. So let's talk numbers. How much are you pulling in now?
On a busy weekend, like during birthday party season in spring and summer, we can do 8 to 10 rentals. That's $2,800 to $3,500 in one weekend.
What, in one weekend?
Yeah, and we're not even working that hard. Grandpa handles delivery and pickup, and I handle all the booking and customer service. We've got it down to a system now.
That's insane. Okay, but it's not all sunshine and bounce houses, right? What's been the hardest part?
Oh man, the logistics are no joke. You've got to keep track of which bounce house is where, when it's getting picked up, when it needs to be cleaned. We've had double bookings. We've had them come back muddy. We've had tarps rip.
How do you handle all that?
We use a Google Calendar to track every rental, color-coded by bounce house. And we built extra time into the schedule for cleaning and repairs. Also, we charge a damage deposit now, $50 that you get back if the bounce house comes back in good condition.
Smart. What about weather? That's gotta be tricky.
Oh, dude, weather is the worst. We have a whole policy now. If it's raining or too windy, we have to cancel for safety reasons. We got our money back, but we still wasted time.
So now you have a contract?
Yep. We made a 1-page contract that covers weather, damages, late fees, all of it. And people sign it when they book. It sounds intense, but it protects us and the customer. Everyone knows what to expect.
See, that's a real business lesson right there. You have to protect yourself, even as a kid. Especially as a kid, actually, because people might try to take advantage.
100%. We learned that the hard way.
Okay, so you've built this whole rental empire. You've got the system down. Let's get into the brainstorm section because I know people are listening and thinking, I want to do this. Kenzie, what's the framework here?
Okay, so here's the thing about rental businesses. The model is super simple. You buy something once, and you rent it out over and over and over. The key is finding something that 1. Costs a predictable amount upfront. 2. Rents for enough money that you can break even quickly. 3. People need regularly, but don't want to buy themselves.
Okay, so walk us through it. How do you do the math?
It's simple. Let's say you want to rent out a cool neon sign for parties. Step 1. Find out how much it costs to buy. Let's say $300. Step 2. Research how much people charge to rent it. Let's say $50 per event. Step 3. Divide the cost by the rental price. $300 divided by $50 equals 6. That means you need 6 rentals to break even.
So if you can't realistically rent it 6 times, it's not worth it.
Exactly. And that's how you make smart decisions. You're not guessing. You're using math.
I love that. Okay, rapid fire tips. Kenzie, what's your number 1 piece of advice for kids who want to start a rental business?
Do the napkin math. If the numbers don't work on paper, they won't work in real life.
Yes. My tip, start with one thing. Don't go out and buy 10 bounce houses on day 1. Buy one, prove the model, then scale.
Oh, here's another one. Compete on service, not price. We're not the cheapest bounce house rental in town, but we're the most reliable. We show up on time, we set it up fast, we're friendly. That's why people keep coming back.
So true. People will pay more for peace of mind. What else?
Protect yourself with contracts, even if you're 12, especially if you're 12. People need to know the rules, and you need to be protected if something goes wrong.
That's huge. And here's one from me. Reinvest your profits. Kenzie didn't pocket all the money from the first bounce house. She used it to buy the second one. That's how you scale.
100%. If you want to grow, you gotta reinvest.
Okay, last question before we wrap. What's next for Murphy Rentals?
Honestly, we're thinking about expanding into other rentals, like tables and chairs, maybe tents. We already have the delivery system and the customer base. We might as well offer more stuff.
So you're building a full party rental company?
That's the dream. And maybe one day we'll hire other kids to help with deliveries and setup, turn it into a whole operation.
I love it. Okay, where can people find you if they want to rent a bounce house?
Instagram at Murphy Rentals. And if you're in the Central Valley area, hit us up.
Amazing. Y'all heard it here. Kenzie Murphy did the napkin math and turned $3,000 into an empire. Kenzie, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Tallie. This was awesome.
All right, money makers, here's the recap. Find something people need but don't want to buy. Do the math to figure out your break-even point. Start with one item and prove the model. Reinvest your profits to scale. Compete on service, not price. And protect yourself with contracts. The rental business model is one of the best ways to make money as a kid because the math is simple, the demand is real, and you can start small and grow big. So look around. What do people in your neighborhood need? What are they renting for parties, for their yards, for their homes? That's your opportunity. If you love this episode, tell a friend about Tallie Talks. And if you have a business story, hit me up. We want to hear it. Until next time, stay curious, stay hustling, and remember, the best business ideas come from your porch. Just ask Grandpa. This has been Tallie Talks. I'm Tallie Pennyworth. Now go make some money. Seriously though, grab a napkin. Do the math. You'd be surprised what's possible.